Hi folks, welcome to bspsolutions.com. My name is Sumit and I'm VP CRM Solutions with BSP. Recently, I got a requirement from my client that they would like to migrate the data from their existing environment into Wave by using Informatica Rev. So I decided I should share the same update with you as well. So I'm recording this video for you, so that might help you in migrating data from any existing data set into Salesforce Wave Analytics by using Informatica Rave. As all of you know that up- adding data set into or creating a new data set into Wave is pretty easy. We can simply select Wave environment, click on create, and from there we can choose an option called data set. So I have got a data set and I would like to load that data set. I would like to bring that data set into Wave through Informatica Rave. There, because Informatica is an ETL tool, and there we can perform some data transformation as well. So I click on Informatica Rave. As soon as you click on Informatica Rave, if you will be doing this very first time, it will ask you to register an account and give you a trial account for a couple of days. So let me provide my details. This is because I have been logged out, and let me close it. This is ask this is asking me to log in to Salesforce again because I logged out. I didn't use it for a long time. So as you can see here, it has been redirected to raveappinformatica.cloud.com. So as soon as you logged in into your Informatica Rave, you can see on the left side, you would be able to see that it's a trial account, and the trial account, that's the remaining days left for days remaining for expiring the trial account. How much space is allocated to you? So 100 GB space is allocated to the trial account. Monthly import limit, we have monthly import limit and monthly export limit. And you can see there are sample reports. So these two sample reports are excluded from the users. These are not the report, these are the projects which are not designed by us. So very first thing we'll be doing, we'll be going to create our own project, sample project. So I just select the existing and delete the existing one. I'm going to create a new one. So click on new project. You can give any name. So I give a name as BISP Wave Test Project. For whom and description if you want to give, click on continue. In next step, it will ask you to what could be the data source you would like to use. So in this case, I'm going to use CSV file, and because I would like to transform the data as required. Now the next thing is I click on choose file, and from my desktop I use new sales dataset. Click on open and import. So Rave can currently support CSV, XLS6, TXT and JSON. So if you will be bringing data from JSON, we can use Informatica to load the data into Wave with the help of a JSON. Once the data gets loaded into Informatica Rave, it will open the same data set, and we have an option that we can change their sequence, we can change their order. Edit option is also there. We can edit, we can rename any specific column, delete the blank column with one value, or any empty rows if we have. So data transformation is possible. We can resolve duplicates in sheet. So when we click on resolve duplicates in sheet, it will automatically find out the duplicate in the sheet, and then we can take appropriate action or required action if any duplicate record found. Click on exit. Apart from this, we have couple of other options available, like we can change the case, find and replace, hide any specific columns or empty columns. We can extract the left or right or middle from the cell, fill down the values. We can split them. For example, let me show an example. For example, we have a customer name and I want to like to split this customer name into first name and last name. So I select the column, click on split, and I would like to split the number of columns. I want to split in 2 columns and split on white spaces. And when I click on done, the output would be something like this. You can see we have customer name and Brady French, Clay Rosendale, Carlos Solitra. So it's automatically get, it will show you the instant preview. And if you want to keep the changes, click on done and the changes will get reflect. And now we can rename them. We can rename the column as first name and last name. Also, we have an undo option, undo split. So we can click on undo split to revert back to the previous position. We can trim white spaces, create new type, validation can be done. Other options we used to have, we can perform aggregation or unpivot and apply some filters as well. And at the same time, if you look at this bottom area, this would be giving us the sheet overview or the suggested overview. For example, if I select unit price, so it will refresh and numeric distribution will be given to me. In same manner, if I select customer name, so customer name, we have 41 records for this particular user. At Braxton there are 38 records, and if I'm interested, if I want to filter only for Joy Smith record or Jack O'Brien record, I click on Jack O'Brien and the record will get filtered only for that particular customer whose name I have been selected here. So if we want to perform some transformation, we can done here. Let's suppose we have sales and I would like to add a column which will calculate the 10% tax on the sale. So I can have a new column. So to add a new column, I right click on sales and say new formula, and formula I can specify. So I can write here sales multiply by 20 divided by 100. So you can see I have applied a formula. If you want to use any existing formula, so we have all the formulas in different formats and we can rename it as text calculated. That's the name of that column. And finally click on done. So that's how we can transform the data. Once the transformation is done, we would like to load this data into Wave Analytics, Salesforce Wave Analytics, and we would like to visualize or perform the visualization, build dashboards on top of that. So we have an option called export. I click on export, and from here we can export the data directly into Tableau Online, Desktop, Salesforce Analytics, SSO, and Salesforce Analytics. So I click on Salesforce Analytics, and we have got 2 existing connections for Salesforce, so we can use them because I've already configured them. And if you want to have a new connection, click on new connection and provide the details, the name of the connection, the username, password, and security token. Endpoint URL is not required because based on the details you provide here, it will automatically calculate, it will automatically identify the endpoint URL. If any other endpoint URL you want to define, you can mention it here. I click on cancel and I'm using Salesforce Wave. Click on OK. So once the export is completed, we'll get a message export completed, please check data. So let's get back to Wave Analytics. I click on dataset and you can see a new dataset has been loaded just now, named as new sales dataset CSV. And we click on it, and I would like to check whether this column is available in that data set or not. So I click on value tables, and in value tables I click on and search for text calculated column, and that's the column we have available in this data set. So that's how we can migrate the data from existing data set into Wave by using Informatica. Once the data which are loaded into Wave, we can build various lenses and dashboard out of it. So to know more about how to build dashboards and lenses, you can visit our existing videos. So that's all in this video. If you have any questions, you can write to us on www.bispsolutions.com. Thanks for watching. Nice day. Goodbye.